and we're back with another NBA 2K25 build. I know the game is just about over. 2K26 is right around the corner. But while we're sitting here and we got the time, your boy Smooth gonna make some builds that still gonna have some players' names to it. Gonna be some different names, but I don't know if you'll play with them. But they're builds that I think will be pretty cool to check out. So if you want to play with it, your boy got you. If you think you like it but you don't like it, that's cool too. But let's get to it. Now for your first of all, we're going to do the 3-point level center. Excuse me, I'm a little tongue tied. The 3-point level center. This build is the Jaylin Williams build from the OKC Thunder. The champs in the building. Shout out to OKC once again for winning the title. Sorry for Tyrese Halliburton. Hope things get well. But yeah, this build has shades of Jaylin Williams and Draymond Green, and I think of the player from the Hawks. I can't pronounce his name. It begins with an O, but you'll see it once we get to the shades of. But let's get to the build. Your first name, last name is what it is. I just go in here and do my thing. So I go in here, change that out real quick. And then, for me, y'all know me as J Smooth, so I'm going to go ahead and put my last name here so y'all know who this build's by yours truly. So y'all can see me do this live and in person. Hand this left or right. Now, for the jersey number, I try to get the jersey number of the player that we are creating. And we all know Jaylin Williams, jersey number, I believe is number 6. So we're going to go with number 6 until otherwise noticed. Oh, we can't get 6. Well, okay, we can't get 6. We'll try 5. Let's get into the build. Now we're going center. Here we're going to go 6'9". I believe that's Jaylin Williams' height for this build. So we're going to go 6'9". He has a 7'2" wingspan. His weight's roughly about 240 pounds. Now let's get into the build. First, we're going to take the close shot. We're going to take it up to 80. 80 close shot gets your float game on silver, paint prodigy on bronze. Now, I know you're 6'9", and most centers in the game are 7 foot, but you got to have a little bit of close shot. You can pump fake some centers. Get them a little bit out the paint. You can do a little floater on them. So a little close shot, even though it's not really, really high, if you time it right, it can get you some good layup animations at the basket. Driving layup, we're going to leave that at a 70. Not much to touch there. Like I said, we're not a guard or a forward, so driving layups isn't quite what I'm concerned with this build when it comes to bigs. So we're going to leave that there. Driving dunk, we're going to take it up to an 85. But remember, this is a 3-level scoring point center. So that means you're going to have some attributes that's going to seem a little wonky with this build. But 85 driving dunk is pretty cool. If you want to, you can take it up to an 87 or higher with the cap breakers. But you see, your posterizer already is on bronze. So as far as we're going to go this build, unfortunately we can't get silver unless you want to use the cap breakers. But I'll leave it up to you. Stand up, we're going to put that at a 50. Post control goes to a 58. And there you go. That's what you have for your scoring, ladies and gentlemen, your finishing. If you look here, the only takeover you have right now is above the rim, but that will change. I promise you, you will at least have 10 plus takeovers when this is over. Over 10 plus. And if you use your cap breakers, you'll have more. So let's stay tuned to the build, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the shooting of the build. Remember, it's a 3-level score, so it's going to score on all 3 levels. We're going to take the mid-range to a 84. 84 mid-range gets your dad eye on bronze, says shot specialist on silver. We're going to take 3-point shot to a 78. Nothing happens there, but it's a good 3-point shot to have. If you want to use cap breaker, take to an 81. Here, if you want to take it to an 88, you can get that eye on silver. That's your choice. And free throw, we're going to take to an 80. On my build, ladies and gentlemen, every build I make will have free throw. I don't care if it's a Shaq build. I don't care if it's a James Harden build. I don't care if it's a Mark Odom. Any build I make will have at least a free throw. You people keep coming in wreck with these builds with no free throw, and it just irks me. Like, if you know you're going to the wreck, why make a build with no free throw? It just puzzles me. We're in 2K25 and we're still having these same problems. Help a brother out here. But that's what we have for the shoot, ladies and gentlemen. You see now we also have, along with Bud the Rim, Meaty Maestro. So we got two. Remember, I said this has 10 plus. So stay tuned. Now let's get into the playmaking. Now this is one of the best attributes of the build. It's the playmaking. Being a point center now means you are good at handling the ball and passing. Now we're going to take the pass accuracy up to an 87. Remember, you need an 87 to at least get a passing type build. Anything below 87 probably would not get the name. So keep that in mind. If you want to go up on passing, that's a good note to have. So if you want to go 90, or think cap breaker be a 92. 92 gets you bailout on silver, break starter on gold, versatile visionary silver, diamond on MVP. So if you want to go there, you can, but for this we'll do an 87 ball handle. You gotta have at least an 80 ball handle for this build. So with an 80 you get unpluckable on silver, handful of days is on bronze, along with ankle assassin. So if you want to try to break some ankles, you can. You never know, you got a 7-footer on you, you can break his ankles and five out, take advantage. And speed of ball, we're going to take that to a 70. 68 gets you the light launch on bronze, 70 just a little extra sauce. And that's what you have for your playmaking. If you look up, now you have 4 playmaking badges. Now you also have driving orchestrator, which means you will be able to dunk, and you got one to pass. Now let's get into the defense. Now this build will have some decent defense for a big. Let me show you what I mean. Interior defense, we're going to take that up to an 82. 82 gets you off-ball pass on silver, which is not bad. Then plus 5, we do 87, we'll go to gold. But that's your time, your grind. Now perimeter defense, we're not going to have a lot of it. Probably 51. Still, we're going to take it to a 67, so you can have some sort of steal animation. Glove and interceptor on bronze, so use that wisely. Passing, we're going to take that up to an 80. Now, some people want an 84, 85, and that's perfectly fine. But let me show you a takeover. You get SWAT specimen and splash with the interior and the block. See how that looks? 80 block gets you SWAT specimen. So if you do 84, you also can get eraser. That's up to you. Cap breaker notice. So if you want to do that, you can. But I figure I do an 80 to save room for the other parts of this build. So just a side note, if you want to do that. Now for defensive and offensive rebound, we're going to take defense up to a 92. Remember I said you get gold rebound chase on this build. There's your gold rebound chase as promised. Now we're going to take offensive rebound up to an 80. So if you want pogo, you'll probably go to an 83. Yep. And to get 70 vert, you'll have that. Let me show you real quick. There you go. So if you want to do that, you can. But for this part of it right now, we're going to do an 80 for offense and 92 on defense. If you do the 85, you can do that too, the cap breaker, but that's your choice. Now look at the characteristics now. Look at the takeovers. We went from 4, all of a sudden now we are at 11 takeovers. Your boy didn't lie. He said over 10 plus. Now we're at 11. Now let's get into the attributes. Now with the attributes, we're going to take the speed up to an 80. The jump 75. The strength is a 87. And the vert is a 72. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your takeovers stand here in front of you. If I scroll through, I see 16 takeovers. Help me count with me. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, so you got 17 takeovers with this build. From your driving dunk being 85, mid-range 84, passing 87, Good rebounding, interior defense, decent strength. I think this makes for a pretty good build. Now let's show you the shades of it. Show y'all I am not clickbaiting. Here we go. Now let me show you how I do this. We get Jaylin Williams, Draymond Green, and Onike Anglewu. If I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. And we have the 3-level scoring point center. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the channel. Thank you for subscribing to your boy. Please share, like, subscribe. You know, all love is good love. NBA 2K25 is roughly about to end, but 2K26 is coming, and your boy will still be in the building with these builds and many more for the years to come. Until next time, y'all. Holla!